Mr. Howell, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Martinez? Okay. It is 6 p.m., Tuesday, August 17, 2021, and I call this regular board meeting of the Mercedes Independent School District to order. Roll call to establish quorum. Myself, Rachel Trevino, President. Lucy Delgado, Secretary. Rick Garza, Trustee. Pete Martinez III, Trustee. Eddie Howell Jr., Trustee. And Mr. Oscar Hernandez, Trustee.
I think Brian's on.
And Mr. Acosta, are you there virtually?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry about that, sir. Let us please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Trustee Mr. Howell, and invocation by Ms. Lucy Delgado.
Heavenly Father, thank you for the privilege of our meeting today. I am grateful for the opportunity to be gathered with everyone present, and we ask for your guidance on the important decisions we face. There are many things we are dealing with. There are many things that we are dealing at once, and we pray that you will guide us in our ways, so that we will seek you in everything we do. As we are close to the beginning of a school year, I ask your blessing over our teachers, staff, students, and parents. Pray over them, calm their fears, anxiety, and keep them safe. Lord God, give us always the strength to do right, the patience to bear, and let our courage never fail. All this we ask and pray. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Next on the agenda, we have open forum. Ms. Sainz, we have someone?
Yes.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is open forum or public comment. Before we begin, I will remind our audience members of the board's procedures of handling public comment. The public comment portion of our meeting is available to the members of the public who wish to address an agenda item to be considered by the board on tonight's agenda. Anyone who wants to speak during public comment must sign in prior to the start of the meeting and list the agenda item they want to discuss. Each public comment speaker will be allowed a maximum of 5 minutes to address the board. However, any public testimony speaker who requires a translator will receive up to 10 minutes to address the board. The public comment portion of the meeting will allow all speakers who have signed up before the start of the meeting to address the board regarding an item on tonight's agenda. Please keep your comments or criticism civil and courteous. Please also avoid using profanity and refrain from making personal attacks on others during your opportunity to speak. Last, we ask that you do not discuss students who are not your own child. If a speaker is seeking board resolution of a specific complaint that concerns should be addressed through the district grievance process, District Policy DGBA has been established for addressing employee complaints. Policy F&G is the avenue for filing parent complaints, and Policy GF addresses community member complaints. Grievance forms can be obtained at any campus administration office or in the central administration offices. Thank you. Our first speaker is welcome, Mr. Quintanilla.
Good evening. For the record, my name is Joel Quintanilla.
I live here in the great city of Mercedes. I'm a product of Mercedes ISD. I live in Mercedes ISD School District as well. I am a taxpayer of this independent school district. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for the opportunity, Madam Chairman, Mr. Trevino, all the board members, all staff. My hats go out to you because I know that right now you all are dealing with some pretty hard times with COVID. I commend each and every one of you for stepping up and taking on this task of educating our children within our district. Congratulations to you all for a job well done. And thank you, board members. Thank you. I'm here to talk about item C5 with the business, discussion and possible action to approve delinquent tax service agreement with Lamberger, Grogan, Blair, and Sampson. It is no secret that we are your delinquent tax service providers under Purdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins, and Mott. Like I said, I live within this district. I live within our city. And I just felt compelled to let our citizens know, because I get asked, Joel, why were you all terminated? Why were you all let go as far as your contract with the school district? And it made me feel like we dropped the ball. And that's why I felt compelled that I needed to talk about it in public. Well, for the record, Purdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins, and Mott did not drop the ball. We hold this district to a higher regard as far as providing the services. And when you all gave us an opportunity and awarded this contract to us, my exact words to the board was, we're not going to let you down. I live in this district. So you hold me to higher regard, and you would make me accountable, and I expect you to make me accountable. Just like the citizens of this great independent school district wants everyone to be accountable. So for the record, we did not drop the ball. Our collection rates to date, we only had this contract for 11 months. And within 11 months, our percentage of collection rates is 23.06%. Our competitor ended their year at 19.54%. And they did not have a COVID year to deal with. We did. And still like that, we're 5 points higher in collection rates. They had the contract for over 20 years before we got an opportunity. Their rates have never been this good. And we've only had it for 11 months. We have not even had it for a full year. And we've already outdone our competitors. And above and beyond that, I know this is not about audit appeals, but we were the ones that brought it to the table, to this board, and educated you all about the audit and appeal system and how we could bring in monies from the state to this district. And we have brought in over $750,000 into this district in less than a year. When we took on this job, we were truly committed, and we still stand committed to do our best for our independent school district, for our children, our students, and all the staff, especially right now that we know that our district is going through trying times, financially and then dealing with COVID, the lack of resources. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you and we're still committed. So I ask you to at least let us finish off 1 year's fiscal year, which is only a few more weeks. That way, next time you go out, because I'm sure and I hope you do go out someday, and we have that opportunity again, you can really compare apples for apples, a full fiscal year, and that way you'll see we're already ahead. It's only been 11 months, and I have no doubt if you give us those 12 months, we're going to be way farther ahead. And you'll see how much of a good firm you lost. But we're here, and we're committed. We serve this community. We help out underprivileged families all the time because we want our families to prosper. We want them to get ahead in life. They need a hand up. They don't need a handout, and it's our job to give them that opportunity. So I thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me. I'm just really concerned. I just felt compelled to talk in public. That way, my city, my school districts knows that we didn't drop the ball, and we provided an excellent service. Thank you very much. God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you. Anybody else? That's it? Okay. Next, we have the superintendent's report, presentations. 1, academic updates. Mrs. Mendiola.
Good evening, Madam President, trustees, Mercedes ISD staff, and community. This evening I have Dr. Castillo presenting along with several members of our team that will be presenting this evening. updates for the board regarding curriculum, regarding safety, and regarding technology.
Good evening, Madam President, Ms. Mendiola, and Board of Trustees and community. Tonight, we will be presenting the academic updates as far as academics is concerned, and technology, and our return to service, continuity of services plan. And so as soon as we get it up, we'll go ahead and get started. And while we're waiting, I do want to let you know that there has been a lot of changes with the legislation, with the commissioner calls, with the superintendent. Our departments and our school district is working very diligently together to make sure that we are updating our plan, our return to learn plan, and continuity of services. And so what we have in our PowerPoint presentation is the first thing that impacted in the summer was House Bill 4545. Our principal leadership team did have a training the first week of August referencing House Bill 4545, and to let you know that as far as it's concerned, it no longer requires to retain students that failed the STAR in 3rd grade and in 5th grade. And so additional supports would be to make sure we provide students accelerated instruction. And we're going to go into detail in a little bit as to what it contains. But this is for middle school, elementary, and high school. And so we are prepared to present that to our students upon return. The requirements will be for all grade levels. We're looking at targeted instruction in the TEKS, the supplement normal instruction. So every student that did not pass this STAR in the spring will need 30 hours of tutorials. They do need to be intentional. Tutorials should be at least once a week, and it must help the student achieve satisfactory in the STAR the next come around. The students cannot be grouped in more than 3, and if it is the case, then we do need parental permission, and so we do have guidance forms for principals to be able to utilize. This particular tutorial must be provided by a trained teacher, as well as having applicable instructional materials. And it must be a teacher for the entirety of the year, which is going to be a very interesting setup for the entire year. And as you know, part of it also includes many times as principals, we tend to pull the students out of extracurricular activities to provide them intensive tutorials, but we cannot do that according to the bill. So it cannot be taken out of the content curriculum. Enrichment curriculum, recess or physical activities, and in upper level courses, your athletics, your fine arts. So we really need to make sure that we are very intentional as we provide these tutorials. So how will we comply in Mercedes ISD? We are looking at extended day tutorials, accelerated instruction during the day, before and after school, and Saturday academies. We also have who will offer the tutorials, the accelerated instruction. We're looking at teachers for the extended day tutorials with extra pay, certified, non-certified substitute if needed. University students, our tutors, would be our students that are our tutors, inclusive of retired teachers if we do come across some teachers of that nature. As far as the roadmap to learning recovery, we are looking at making sure that we have all the systems in place. We do have a learning loss plan for reading, language arts, mathematics, science, and social studies. And we will be getting with our teachers to make sure that we have wraparound curriculum updates during the school year. What's new as of August the 6th, if you've heard about it, is called remote conferencing. Remote conferencing is part of another way students can receive remote conferencing at home. If a student was contracted the COVID-19, or a student has a medical condition, but the maximum number of days in a year will be 20 days. Think of a fast pass. So if I'm a student that gets this particular virus, then after 6 days, if I come out negative, I can go back and I have about 14 days that I can use in the year if I contract it again. And so you're looking at the logistics as far as how are we going to do that. So we are meeting with the principals tomorrow. We do have a committee, a special population committee. We had the HR group there. We had PEAMS. We had our nursing department, Safe Schools. We're all a part of this committee to try to come up with a plan that has a flow chart of steps that we want to introduce to the principals so they can provide us some input so we can make sure that we roll this out very smoothly when school starts, because we have not heard of any cases yet until probably the first days of schools, but we're keeping in contact with different districts, and they are already seeing a number of students. And having to come up with a plan is something that's going to be very important for us to make sure we have a solid plan for next week for our principals to be able to carry forward. Going back to that slide, it is looking at if a teacher, if I'm a student that is in remote at a certain school, I cannot have the same teacher. I have to have another teacher, either a substitute for that class in remote learning. And so it must be face-to-face, it must be synchronous, and pre-K through 5th would be 2 hours, synchronous, and up to 4 hours, and 6th grade to 12th grade would be 4 hours. And so again, it would be synchronous. So the coordinators and myself are coming up with a matrix to try to figure out how we can assist the principals to come up with a schedule, a hybrid schedule, to be able to help those students. We're also looking at the curriculum from last year because we were in remote learning, trying to archive all that information. I'm very thankful to have great coordinators that were at the campus level. They knew what it was like, and they're bringing in their experience to be able to move forward with this plan. So they're exceptional leaders, and we will have a very good plan for our principals tomorrow. Also, when we're looking at campus assignments for remote, when a student is identified with COVID-19, it tells you the method of instruction for that student would be synchronous up to 20 days, but I gave you the breakdown. On August the 13th, the commissioner already gave us more of a breakdown for the pre-K through 5th and 6th grade through 12th, and who will deliver the instruction. If a student is close contact, you will also see the same thing. We do need to make sure that those students are informed. Ms. Bustamante will be going over that plan and how we're going to monitor. We don't necessarily have to monitor, but it's something that I think in our committee believes it's very important that our community and our parents know if their child has been exposed to this. So I'm glad Ms. Mendiola is providing us this guidance and giving us the go-ahead, and let's go ahead and do the tracing so we can all be aware. One of the things that did come out today is the general at homebound section 504. The commissioner is going to be providing us more guidance on that. And so although it says face-to-face at home or remote, there is more information coming down from TEA for us in the coming days. Is Ms. Bustamante here? So I will go ahead and are there any questions as far as academics is concerned? If not, we can move on with the return to safety plan.
So good evening, Superintendent, School Board President, and members. I will now be discussing on some updates that we have currently updated on our return to in-person plan. On August 5th, 2021, TEA provided school districts with very limited public health guidance. And as Dr. Castillo had mentioned, one of them was that districts are not required to close contact trace nor provide parents with notification. However, MISD administration felt that this is a priority to mitigate cases. Therefore, the following updates will occur. A facial covering will be required for students, visitors, and staff indoors and on the school bus. Masks will strongly be encouraged outdoors on MISD property. COVID-19 testing will continue with students participating in extracurricular activities. However, they will be now conducted weekly. Contact tracing will be conducted by the campus school nurse, Quarantine will be required for close contacts, and students will be eligible for remote conferencing. An individual that is vaccinated does not have to quarantine unless they have a household member that is lab confirmed with COVID-19. Notification of COVID-19 cases will be communicated with parents and staff in accordance with confidentiality requirements. Meet the Teacher Night will be hosted virtually. Field trips and school-wide events such as pep rallies will not be allowed until further notice. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Ms. Bustamante from the trustees?
Yes, this is Mr. Acosta. I have a question on that. And I saw that it said lab confirmed. Are we talking about a PCR test or are we talking about a rapid test?
So very good question. Lab confirmed can either be by a PCR or a rapid test. The only test that would not be considered lab confirmed would be an antibody test. Does that answer your question, Mr. Acosta?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Bustamante.
Thank you all.
Next, we have Mr. Handy with some technology updates.
Good evening, Ms. Mendiola, Ms. Trevino, trustees. Our first update, so as a district, we will be providing our students, we will make available Chromebooks as a homework resource for any student that needs one. We'll do the same with hotspots, similar to what we did last year, as a homework resource for any student that needs one. For our teachers, we will continue providing Google Classroom for assignments and resources as well. We'll also continue to provide Google Voice communications for our teachers to make calls and receive calls from parents and students. We will continue issuing out teacher laptops, and this year we will be upgrading the instructional displays in the classrooms as well as the document cameras in the classrooms. Something new we're looking at with using ESSER monies for is we will be purchasing Chromebook mini labs for each of our classrooms. The Chromebook mini lab is comprised of a storage device and 12 Chromebooks for classroom use. We will be purchasing our Fortinet security appliance. This is for content filtering as well as cybersecurity issues. We will be refreshing each computer or all computers in every single computer lab district-wide, and we will be refreshing special ed computers as well. And by refreshing, I guess I mean replace. So we'll be replacing all those computers. We have also budgeted Security Auditor. This will help us prevent cyberbullying as well as similar student issues.
Thank you, Mr. Handy. Any questions from the trustees? Thank you, sir.
Yes, Ms. McGill, Mr. Handy, this is Mr. Acosta again. I was just wondering on the items that we issued out last year, did we receive all those items back, all the Chromebooks?
We received about 85%, sir. We're still working with some parents and picking them up as we can.
Okay.
A little over 85%.
Go ahead.
It's a little over 85%.
Okay. And then I know that you're talking about those labs and so forth. Are we going to add some sort of disinfectant for them as classrooms change, or what are we providing to ensure that the devices are disinfected prior to the next class coming in?
I believe we're still using the foggers.
Right. So we'll continue to sanitize them, but we're going to have minimal students coming in and out of the labs. That's why we're providing Chrome carts. That's what they're called, Mr. Handy?
The mini labs.
Mini labs for every classroom. So there will be minimal rotation into computer labs at the campuses, Mr. Acosta.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Handy, Dr. Castillo, and Veronica.
Thank you.
Any more questions from the board at this time? Okay. Next, I have number 2, proposed animal science laboratory. Mrs. Mendiola.
Madam Chairman, we have Ms. Debbie Winslow, our CTE director, that will be presenting on the proposed Animal Science Laboratory for MISD.
Good evening, Madam President, school board members, and Ms. Mendiola. It's a great honor to be here tonight to talk to you about the Mercedes ISD Animal Science Laboratory proposal. This is something that you will not see at any other school district, and it's something that we've been working closely with the teacher, also Ms. Mendiola and Dr. Castillo, and all of us have been working closely in order to bring programs like this to our school district. We're thinking about converting the farmhouse, since it's sitting there vacant, into an animal science laboratory. As of right now, you'll see the floor plans, and as you walk in from this entrance, you'll see that's the living room area, goes into the kitchen, then it goes into one bedroom, it goes into another bedroom, and there's 2 bathrooms. So if we convert this, we would like to make this big old huge room when you walk into the farmhouse as a lecture and classroom on the Ag Farm facility, so that way it'll be hosted at the Ag Farm. And you know, y'all sent me to Nashville about 4 or 5 years ago, and I got to see something like this, and when we were all talking about it, it kind of like jogged my memory of, you know, what I saw in Nashville, where they had a facility like this with the Ford schools. So this is something that I guess I could think about that I brought back, but we want a dissection lab. We want to have microscopes in that one area. We're going to have like a girls' restroom on one side and the boys' restroom on another side. We want to have a poultry canneling room where the eggs are going to hatch. The kids can see it. It has to be a dark room, so that way the kids can see the lights and everything going into the egg and seeing how the eggs develop and they hatch. We want to have a vet dog grooming laboratory. We wanted our kids to be able to learn how to be a dog groomer. There's lots of money in that. We also want a kitchen food processing lab, so that our kids can learn about the wildlife cooking, how to cook the different types of products and stuff. If you go into the back door, going out, there's like a grassy area. We were talking about that we wanted to put like little stalls there for like a mini lamb, a mini goat, just so that the kids can see how to take the blood pressures, how to get the heartbeats, how to know how to clean out the glands, you know, do all the things that we need to do, and they have a hands-on lab, and then they actually have animals they can work with, so that way they can be in the veterinarian scenery. So when we go to the minor modifications we're looking at is upgrading the lighting in the house, also industrial sink, and have it handicap compliance. We were also thinking about, well, the fire alarms and the water sprinklers and all that, but because it's a house, you can put the fire alarms around there, since it's not a big area, but of course that would be Mr. Herrera helping me with that. Thank you, Mr. Herrera. Then materials that we need is a whiteboard, projector, 6 microscopes, lab equipment for the veterinarian portion, and also for the microscope portion. You know, the good thing about having the microscopes there, if there's a animal that is hurt or something, they can take a splotch from that cut or sore or something and go into the microscopes and actually analyze it and come back with a result. We want to have the kitchen appliance, the dishes, the pots and the pans, dog grooming tub, dog grooming cage, veterinarian safety equipment. When you look at what courses we would be offering with this program is advanced animal science, veterinary medical application, wildlife, fishery and ecological management, and livestock production. License and certifications, dog grooming license, a veterinarian tech, food safety and science certification, AMSA, meat evaluation certification, AMSA, and veterinarian medical application certification. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
I do.
Okay.
I do. First of all, I commend you for this. This is, I mean, a lot of people, many people know that I'm a huge dog lover, pet, rescue, and this is a very, very good program. I commend you for that. But as far as the dogs, will you just have just dogs, or will it be cats, or just be a little bit of everything? And how many would you have, and would you keep them there during that? How long will you keep them there?
Good question. We were thinking about, because we're not going to be able to do all the things at the same time. We're going to have different things going on at different times. But we were thinking about like how we open up the cosmetology for people to come and to get their hair done, their nails done and stuff like that. We were thinking that we could have a day where we do the bath and dip and the nails and the glands clean out, so the kids can learn how to do all this. And like maybe every Tuesday, people open up to the community where the community can come in and bring their dogs and stuff. Yes, of course they would have to have their
vaccinations.
Vaccinations, also the clinic cough, where they don't have that cough in
the kennel cough.
Kennel cough and all that. So they would have to have all those vaccinations, the rabies and all that stuff. And of course we would ask that they not bite. So these are just things, but this is like working with animals. I mean, you never know, they're unpredictable. So I mean, I think it'd be a good thing. You won't see nothing like this in the Rio Grande Valley. Ms. Mendiola has been a driving force of making sure that we're on top of the what do you call it, on top of the map, making sure that we are the first for everything. So that's, when we're looking at the house, it's just sitting there. We should make it productive and make it a facility where our students can take advantage of it.
Very good. Very good. It's a good program. Thank you so much.
It's a great hands-on experience, real-world experience for our students. So,
and you're right. There is a lot. There's money to be made there, because we have quite a few dogs, and every time you take them grooming, take them to the groomers or for a regular checkup, it is outrageous. It's crazy. So there's a specialty there, definitely. I'm just concerned about the safety. Of course, a lot of if you're there, you have a passion for it. If you're there, those kids will have a passion for it, and they'll know how to handle. They'll know how to handle a dog or a cat or whatever. So I'm sure they'll be extra careful, but precautions is always, that would be great. And to start off your experiments, I have 6 of them ready to go, so when you need any. But thank you again. That's an excellent idea, and I can't wait to see that.
And we probably will make the services, locally first, and then open it up more to the community, because we want our kids to get the experience.
Yeah.
And I know that dog grooming does make a lot of money. My mother was a dog groomer, and she made over $100,000 a year. So I know there's money there.
Appreciate it.
I'm just going to add some nostalgia because way back, everybody was college, college, college. And this is fantastic because, not everybody's going to go to college, not everybody's going to university, but this is a great pathway. So I commend you, ma'am, and Ms. Mendiola. Let me just ask a quick question to Ms. Mendiola. Ms. Mendiola, I got to ask, ma'am, but
Yes, sir.
the funding, this is 199. What
CTE, all CTE funding. It's within her budget,
Okay, thank you.
definitely within her budget.
166.
And as we
166,
continue to offer these courses, the more that students enroll, the more funding we get. And then if they earn a license, we get additional funding and points on our CCMR.
Quick question. If they get certified, afterwards, will they be able to hit the ground running? Or is there...
If they earn the
Let
certification.
me give you an example right now. Our kids in welding got certified in welding. I have 5 kids right now that just graduated in May that are in Corpus Christi and working in a refinery welding, probably making as much money as I am, which is a good thing. We have kids that just graduated with a phlebotomy and they're already in labs. We have kids that just graduated with CNA and one that's a junior in high school still, and they're all working at nursing homes right now. We have kids, I could go on and on, cosmetology kids right now that are in the cosmetology center. So we have kids in place as soon as we get them out and going. So we will make this happen, and whatever we need to do to get these kids making an extra dollar so that way they can put themselves through college, or this might be their career, then we need to do whatever we can for these kids.
I was just going to add, thank you, Ms. I guess for the taxpayers' sake, can you touch base real quick on accountability? I guess on this one we get an extra point.
How it works with the point system?
Yes.
You want to explain the licensing and certification? And then, of course,
For accountability.
Exactly, the accountability part.
It used to be coded as 1 and 2s, and now we're not coded as 1 and 2s. Now we're coded as 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We want our kids to be completers.
What does the coding mean? Because they're not familiar with the coding.
Well, 3, and I don't have them all. Let me go from
just what do they stand for, Debbie?
Okay, the 7 stands for a completer. Then there's the 6, that means they are on that career pathway, but they never completed it, because you have to have practicum classes in order to get that completion. So that's what this labs are, where they can do the hands-on, where they can do their mentorship, all those things.
So if we get a 7, the higher the points.
Right.
That means the student completed it, earned a certification.
Exactly.
And we get additional points on our college career readiness accountability.
And we get extra funding for that also.
And additional funding.
So we want them to be 7s. And like all of our teachers yesterday, all the CT teachers yesterday were trained for work-based learning, mentorship, apprenticeship, job shadowing, all those things, because if our teachers are not trained, then we cannot put those kids into those classes to, whether it's a practicum and they're mentoring with the teacher or they're going out to the real world. We cannot place them unless the teacher is certified and trained. So all of our teachers yesterday were certified and trained, so that way our kids will get the benefits of everything.
Yeah.
I just, as being a math teacher, high expectations. So basically, all this will help us to get an A, right? Or as a district,
That is
high
our goal,
school?
sir. That is
Okay.
definitely our goal.
Thank
So, again, the state wants to see the students completing the courses, not just enrolling in different pathways. They want them to enroll in a pathway that they're going to follow, and hopefully earn a certification at the end of their high school year or high school graduation. And the more students that we can get to earn that certification, obviously the more points we're going to earn.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know how I can say it, because my words are real futile, but, our city, our school, I mean, I'm so proud to hear this, because, as a taxpayer, you're saying, look, where's our investment? You know,
Right.
we're paying thousands and thousands of dollars in taxes. What's our investment? And when I hear things like that, guys, I mean, we should, a big kudos to your staff, yourself, ma'am, so.
Thank you.
It's
Big
giving our
kudos
kids
to
an
Ms.
opportunity.
Winslow.
Right, opportunity.
Now, it takes a team and then it takes a village, and without all of us working together, we can't accomplish anything. So the main goal is that we're here for our students.
And obviously, the support of the board to use that facility, that house,
Yes.
for our students. So, thank you, Ms. Winslow. Great job.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Ms. Medina?
Yes, sir.
So I have a question. So this program is already initiated for this school year?
No, sir. No, we need to get the facility ready, and so it'll take us through this year, maybe the second semester, but I don't know. Ms. Winslow?
I think that I can get it done within 6 weeks.
It doesn't seem like the required repairs and modifications are that intensive.
Minimal.
No.
It's the start of the year, and I know that our facilities are being prepped to start the school year, so that was just why I was wondering if we had already proceeded with already rolling this program out, but it looks like we'll probably start maybe, hopefully in the spring.
Yeah, I'm hoping to start in 6 weeks. We're taking
Right,
two.
yeah. It may be, and of course, we need to see, because we won't be able to pull students out and then just put them into a different course. So I'm thinking the spring semester, where it falls right with the student schedule, but it depends, because some of these students are already enrolled. That's right.
Okay.
Some of the students are already enrolled in ag
And
science.
so I'm thinking that we can get this, all the equipment and everything in there and get it set up within 6 weeks. And also, I have the construction classes, the construction 2 will be going out to the ag forum also, and they're going to be remodeling the storage building out there. And so we're trying to have them do the electrical, the storage, because we need them to have projects that they can grasp onto. So they will be going out there also, and so we have projects going on out there for them. But they can also help me with, and help the maintenance department with the ramps and making it handicap accessible. So I'm thinking that we can probably get this done within 6 weeks and get it going. The main thing is just ordering the equipment. I do have some of all the dog grooming equipment will be donated I'll be donating all my mother's stuff to the school district. So it will be a good thing.
Yep. So,
Well, I just want to thank you for bringing in these type of programs, because I know that it really helps our students kind of look at different areas that are available for them to study. And a lot of times, we offer just our routine academics, but it's good to broaden the students' horizons and then let them look at different avenues and what they're interested in pursuing in the future. So thank you for bringing that to the district. Ms. Mandela, thank you for leading this. And it was really enlightening to see a presentation on what's going on with our academics. I think we've kind of strayed away from that for a while, but it was good to see what our plan is coming back to school, and then some of the programs that we're looking forward to implementing in this school year. So thank you.
thank you, Mr. Acosta.
I think that is very extraordinary, Mrs. Winslow. It's like Mr. Acosta says, we kind of strayed away from it, and it's time that we start focusing on our kids and our academics. And Mr. Hernandez is right, not everybody goes to college, but there's other areas that they can focus on and thrive on and accomplish. And every director that's here or principal that's here was once a teacher. And so the students that you're now getting came through them and through their pep talks and through their encouragement. And so when they get to you, they're ready for this. And you're right, it takes all of us to make sure that we are successful. It's not just one person, it's not just one board member, it's all of us together, and it's all of you together that makes this team very, very successful. So thank you to all the directors and principals and teachers, because if it wasn't for you guys, we would not have this. It would not be possible. So thank you so very much.
Thank you, Ms. Trevino.
Okay. We're going to move on to the action agenda. A, business office. Discussion and possible action to accept bids received on struck-off properties described as follows. A, T 1024-16-E being 1.4339 acres of land situated in Hidalgo County, Texas, and being out of Lot 13, Block 39, Capizayo District Subdivision, as per map recorded in Volume P, pages 225 through 227 of the Hidalgo County Deed Records, and said 1.4339 acre tract being more particularly described as, meets and bounds. Mrs. Mendiola.
And this is also item B as well?
I'm sorry?
Item B.
Also, it's all going to be
yes,
together?
ma'am.
Okay, and then B, T-1291-12G tract number 2, account number M3400-02000-0040-00, lot 40, Milton Park Estates, addition, unit 2, an addition to the city of Mercedes, Hidalgo County, Texas, according to the map or plat thereof, recorded to in volume 14, page 36, map records of Hidalgo County, Texas. Mrs. Mendiola.
Madam President, administration is recommending to authorize the tax attorneys to accept a bid in an amount not less than the amount noted in the documentation submitted. With regard to item B only.
Okay. May I have a motion, please?
I so move.
I have a motion by Mr. Hernandez. May I have a second?
Second.
Whoa.
Okay, with regard to item A.
That was all. Yeah.
Okay.
We're not going forward on item B, only on item A.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I amend that will be A1A.
1A.
Okay. I have a motion by Mr. Hernandez. May I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Mr. Howell. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Mr. Acosta? No? Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. 2, discussion and possible action on tax resolution authorizing the proposed resale of foreclosure real estate properties pursuant to Texas Property Tax Code Section 34.05, A, B, and D. Mrs. Mendiola. I'm sorry. A, C, and D. Mrs. Mendiola.
Madam President, administration is recommending approval of tax resolution authorizing the proposed resale of foreclosed real estate properties pursuant to Texas Property Code Section 34.05, A, C, and D.
Okay. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
I have a motion from Mr. Garza. May I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Hernandez. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. 3, discussion and possible action to approve 2021 certified appraisal roll. Mrs. Mendiola.
Yes, Ms. Olga Hines will be presenting on this item.
Good evening, Madam President, board members, and Superintendent Mendiola. Before you is the 2021 certified appraisal roll from the Hidalgo County Appraisal District. There is a $35,147,340 increase in taxable value from 2020 to the 2021 tax year.
Any questions from the trustees? Madam President, administration is recommending approval of the 2021 certified appraisal roll.
Okay. May I have a motion, please?
I so move.
I have a motion from Mr. Hernandez. May I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Martinez. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. 4, discussion and possible action to approve 2021 certified debt collection rate. Mrs. Mendiola.
Ms. Hines?
This certification from the Hidalgo County Tax Assessor Collector is certifying that the estimated collection rate for the 2021 tax year has been projected at the 100% rate.
Any questions from our trustees? Madam President, administration is recommending approval of the 2021 certified debt collection rate.
Okay, may I have a motion, please?
So moved.
I have a motion from Mr. Garza. May I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Ms. Delgado. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hines. Next, we have consent agenda. I'm going to start to...
Lady Chairman, I'm sorry to interrupt. Ma'am, I would like to make a motion to deviate from the agenda on item, let me see, business of C, C5, and C6. And I have some questions about some legal issues. And I think it's becoming of the board to hear it out, the concerns I have.
Okay, we can go ahead and deviate from, if it's on consent agenda?
You want a question on that?
No, I have a question. I need to ask questions with legal. In closed session, executive session, my bad. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Do you want to
Go
break?
in executive session. Yes. Yes.
Okay. I have a motion from Mr. Hernandez to go into executive session. May I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Ms. Delgado. Do I need to ask for any discussion? No? Any discussion? Okay. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. We are now in executive session.
Sorry about it.